Here on Nothing But Net, I love to talk about things WNBA. And over the weekend was All Star Weekend 26. But what I didn't know about All Star Weekend, so in my mind, I thought that, all the best players is put on the floor and they play to their full capacity. But what I learned, it was a place for them to like have fun. So I don't think they played much defense. So to me, the game were moving slow. But before I get into the game, I want to talk about the fashions. The girls put it on for the orange carpet. Now, for me, one of my best looks, and I could be biased because I'm a Las Vegas Aces fan and the Asia Wilson fan. I got to start with Asia. Her black dress that she wore was giving Beyonce Renaissance, alien superstar. Forever, I'm that girl. So that's what Asia Wilson was giving me. And then I loved her picture with Asia and Jackie Young. Now, if you're a Las Vegas Aces fan, or if you a Jackie Young fan, then tell me, what is Jackie Young's go-to? I'm gonna give you a few seconds. Crop tops. So Jackie Young looked good with her crop top, her and Asia taking a picture together. So I enjoyed that look. In conjunction with Asia look, face and hair was giving. I love her blush placement that she had here. So shout out to Asia's Wilson makeup artist that weekend. And speaking of blush, I'm gonna put on my blush, and we're gonna use the Painted by Esther method as I talk about some of my favorite looks, because we know Painted by Esther, she goes with the pink, what she did on Alondria. So this is Juvia Place Pinch Me. I'm not a makeup artist, okay? So I'm just gonna do it as I go, as we discuss All-Star Weekend and the color pink. Another fit that I enjoyed that Asia Wilson had on is the hot pink top with the distressed pants with A1. And so that pink look worked with me. Don't let it scare you. So I learned that with blush, you have to place a lot and fill it in. So I'm going to put it on the highs of my temple where Asia Wilson blush placement were. And so it was coming from her eye up into here. So we're going to do that here. But her blush placement was everything. It was giving girly from Asia. So I'm just going to blend as we talk. And while I'm on the color pink, let's segue into the Barbie. The Bayou Barbie, the ATL Barbie, Angel Reese. Angel Reese came out with a Barbie doll. Let's take a moment of silence and praise for Angel Reese. Let's give that girl a hand. Angel Reese having a black Barbie doll, or a Barbie doll in general, is a big accomplishment. And so I was able to purchase it off of Walmart. So mine will be coming soon, and I want to thank my mom because she purchased it for me. She gave me the money to purchase it. So I just wanted to invest. I love investing in WNBA players and what they have going on. So I did purchase Angel Reese Barbie doll. And then when her shoes drop, is it August the 1st? Be on the lookout. She dropping some Barbie Reeboks. And so I'm going to purchase those as well. And so remember in the beginning when I showed you all the blush placement, and we got probably a little scared because you seen all that pink. Now look, you don't see it as much. So you don't let it scare you when you relate to blush, and you see that on Asia Wilson's face or Mona Leo. People place a lot of blush to obtain that look. So speaking of Angel Reese, I loved her all pink that she had on, and also her pink hair. So her looks was amazing too. And I love when her and Asia Wilson was walking down the tunnel. Now while we're on Angel Reese, I'm gonna segue into that later. Now another look that I enjoyed were Flau'jae. Flau'jae Johnson played in Prince. I love when people step outside and play in Prince. I loved her two-piece that she had on. Flau'jae Johnson. Another look, Rakia Jackson. with her all blue. Raquel just always gives regal. I can see her being a model or having contracts outside of the WNBA. Just always like I give. She looks like me. Face. Giving. That's what Raquel Jackson gave face to me. So I enjoyed her look on the red carpet. And to be honest with you, so many of the ladies were beautiful. I think there were so many, but these are the ones that I could think of off the dome, and which I came to like, you know, that set a lasting imprint for me. And that's probably many, many more. So I did enjoy Flau'jaes, Raquel Jackson, A'ja Wilson, Angel Reese. So please let me know what were some of your favorite orange carpet looks. Now let's get into All-Star, the game. We had Team Coop, and then we had the other team. And so I was Team A because I'm Team A'ja Wilson. And then we had Ron Howard, Alicia Gray, Nneka Ogwumike, and I love the ladies from Atlanta and Las Vegas Aces. So I went with the team, wherever A'ja, that's where I was going to be at. And then we had the other team with Angel Reese, Paige, and they were accompanied by Becky Hammon. And why I can't ever, it was Team Coop. And I can't think of the other lady name. I can't. And so no disrespect. If you know her name, you know who I'm talking to. So both of those teams, shout out to both teams. I wish my team was the ones in the pink though. So the other team was in that pink and orange palette, and then my team had on the blue. And speaking of uniforms, another one of my favorite looks, who look just popped. Her skin tone just popped. She just looked good in her pink uniform. Jackie Young. Jackie Young looked so good in her uniform. Now, the highlight of the game for me is Dominique Malonga. Dominique Malonga had scored. And so I'm not finished with this blush placement. And so this you can get from a beauty supply store. Not beauty supply store. I think I got this out of like Walgreens. Many moons. So this is what's going to make it pop. So this is affordable. So yeah, we'll continue to talk about it. So Dominique Malonga dunked in a game. A'ja and Angel, they didn't do that much playing time. Another thing that A'ja blocked Angel Reese shot, but she didn't do it on purpose. She was like, oh my God, I forgot. You supposed to be standing right there, Angel. And so she blocked Angel's shot. So I just want to show you all. Sometimes beauty supply store, not beauty supply, but drugstore, affordable prices, get the work done as well. So this, you seen how I placed this on top? And it gave it that pop until the fun don't what? Stop. So we're talking about All-Star Weekend, which I wish I was Team Pink. You know, everything pink up. So look at my face now. So it popped. So let's get back into the game. So we're giving All-Star Barbie. So Dominique Malonga dunked, and when I said, okay, I want to save this for later about Angel Reese. What I love about Angel Reese, seeing her roots and cheer other people on. Like when I'm watching the games, that's one of my favorite highlights. Not just Angel Reese, when I see others just jump into each other's arms, how they support each other from the bench. But we're talking about All-Star Weekend, and I want to focus on Angel Reese because that stood out to me, to support. Although she was on the other team, when Alicia Gray scored, she was jumping up for joy for Alicia Gray. She didn't mind that was her opponent at the moment. She jumped up for her team member. So all in all, that was my takeaway. Dominique Malonga dunk. A'ja Wilson blocking Angel Reese shot. Angel being supportive. And let's not forget, last but not least, MVP. Honestly, I thought it was going to be Caitlin Clark when she jumped out the gate shooting those shots. But it was who? Jonquel Jones. Shout out to Jonquel Jones. And see, this one made me want to cover like WNBA content, because you see their performance, but you don't too much focus or look at what they're going on in their lives outside of the court. And so Jonquel talked about it was her aunt's funeral that day of All-Star, but her family told her to go and enjoy herself. So I'm so glad that she was able to win MVP. She put in the work. So again, congratulations to Jonquel. She won MVP. And the last final piece to this look, and not our conversation, is this MAC lavender. And so once you place this, it will give that ta-da. So again, this is painted by Esther look that she uses on Alundria. And it will give you that pop. You see? So you need like a 3-step when you're looking at, do I have the right products? See how that La La lavender? Put that La La lavender there. Okay. So back to the lesson at hand. We getting makeup, we giving looks, and we giving WNBA, because the girls was giving looks this weekend. Get you some MAC lavender. Okay, so we left off on Jonquel Jones won MVP and the mental piece of dealing with grief, you know, at that moment, but she was able to go out and enjoy herself. And we can't mention All-Star Weekend without the stud buds, T and Courtney Williams. That video of T in bed with that ivy in her arm took me completely out. Like, girl. So I always look forward to stud buds, their parties and their events. Another person that I love to see party. She's not in the league right now, but if we can have her back in Vegas, Sydney Colson. Sydney Colson gonna always have her a good time. I love Sid and TP. Sydney Colson did a party at All-Star Weekend. Stud buds, I love stud buds. They're where the party at. And speaking of looks, it didn't have anything to do with the orange carpet, but it was a look for the party. Dejanay Carrington. That look that Dejanay had with that orange ginger kind of hair, the brown top, the jeans, and then the red shoe. I love when people mix their color palettes. So I enjoyed Dejanay's look. So let me know, what were some of your favorite things All-Star Weekend? That was some of my favorite looks. Those were some of the moments that stood out, you know, from me, from the game to the carpet, and also overall that weekend. So let me know, what were some of your favorite moments from All-Star? Which team that you was rooting for? I was rooting for, you know, Team Coop. Not Team Coop. What my girl name is? I can't think of it right now. But they won. Aja Wilson team. Teresa Witherspoon. Team Spoon. That's the one. That was my team. That's who I was rooting for. They came in and did what needed to be done. My face is what's done. It was inspired by Aja Wilson's look. It's not completely like hers, but it's similar. And the goal is you never try to repeat things. You add your twist to it. Just get into it. Just take a moment for my face. I'm telling you, if you want to get that pop, get this lavender from MAC. But yeah, All-Star Weekend 2026 for the books. What do you want All-Star to be next year? I want it to be in Atlanta. We can have it here in Atlanta 2027. If you out there listening, who do we got to talk to? What do we got to do? Let's put All-Star Weekend in the A. And again, thanks for tuning in. Let me know what city you want All-Star to be in. What was your favorite team and what was your favorite moments? I had to come back because there were two people that I forgot to mention, and how could I? Because they definitely served and they both wore similar colors. Ryan Howard, who had on purple. Ryan is always she's intentional and has details in anything that she creates. Ryan also were one of the people that created the Dream Rebel jersey, one of the creative directors for the Rebel jersey. But in her purple outfit, she was paying homage to her friend that is battling with lupus. So I cannot forget about Ryan Howard. I loved her look. The other look, Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell looked amazing in her purple color and also her Prada shoes. If you're proud of me, proud of me. I cannot leave without adding those two. And one more thing that I left off as it relates to All-Star Weekend. How could I forget the People's Princess? AZ Fudd won the 3-point contest. So everybody that I thought and predicted to win, they did. My team won. Team Spoon, and I said that AZ Fudd would win the 3-point contest. I just had to come back and give credit when credit was due. I forgot. I had to add that segment in there.